Every year, tens of hundreds of thousands of people are smashed and trampled by bison.
But when provoked, it is capable of trampling you.
Sometimes these encounters are deadly.
Oh God, no, I can't watch it.
What's up, you guys? So Dave and I are on our road trip across America, and currently we are in West Yellowstone. Now, we've been exploring Yellowstone for about a week now, and there's some things that we have seen and I've heard from locals on things that you should not do, some things you definitely want to do, and of course, ways that you can truly enjoy our nation's first national park, Yellowstone. Let's get into it. Look at the scenery around us right now as we're heading up to West Yellowstone. This is gorgeous.
I know, it's amazing. And I think this whole area is actually the original caldera of the last supervolcano, which is stunning. It's just massive.
Wow. So I have never been to Montana. I've never been to Yellowstone. May have passed through, but never have actually set foot in here besides watching the show Yellowstone and some of the other things. But this is super cool to be here. So you probably see this giant grizzly bear kind of ready to go after its salmon statue here. Well, right now we're in front of the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center here in West Yellowstone. So Dave and I went inside to kind of check out some of the animals that have been given a second chance. And why a second chance? Because of the stupidity of humans, whether it's leaving food out, not packaging things, or even feeding them. So one of the major things I would highly emphasize to really enjoy things out here and to give these animals a fair chance at life and love is don't feed them. Don't go near them. At least for bears and wolves, you want to stay about 100 yards away from a bear. And if there's young, you might want to double that. And that's how you know there's an animal sighting.
I know.
Just look at all the cars.
It's very rare you're going to be the first one to spot it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Finally.
Right, there it is. Yeah, we were in Alaska for a long time. No bear.
No bear.
A lot of bear poop.
A lot of bear poop.
But now,
Yellowstone.
right by Lamar Valley, and beautiful spot of a bear too. Just mind his own business, just eating away. Wow, we have a mama black bear with 2 cubs over there.
Look at that.
That is awesome.
Mama black bear with 2 cubs. Oh my gosh, look at them. Hello.
So we're actually heading in right now here in West Yellowstone at the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center. Now, we've heard a couple things about this particular sanctuary for grizzlies and wolves. What tends to happen is some of the grizzlies and wolves that kind of insert themselves into more of the human life, if things happen or go awry, a lot of times they would euthanize, from what we've heard, the animals. But here is a rescue sanctuary, so they kind of allow for these wolves and bears to have a second chance. So,
now, one thing about the bear exhibit is that they can't put all the bears in together because they don't all get along. So they'll put like one to 3 bears at one time, some that get together. Now, actually, some seem to be having a little wrestling match over here. I think we should check it out.
If you're interested in checking out this facility for adults, just so that you're aware, the tickets are $15 per adult. That allows you access to the grounds here to really enjoy the different varieties of animals. It's nice. I'm not usually a huge fan of zoos, but when you hear things like this, more like a second chance sanctuary, I like it.
Tanya is so right about keeping your distance. I'm sure you've seen videos too on YouTube of just people getting too close to bison in particular in the park and have paid prices for that. So be careful. You can get yourself hurt doing that, and you do endanger the animals. Now, when you're planning your trip to Yellowstone, remember, it's a huge park. It's actually bigger than Delaware and Rhode Island combined, with incredible amount to see, incredible features. So do not try to do it all in one day. And also make sure you plan in advance and also book reservations in advance as well. Yellowstone gets extremely busy in the summer, and reservations and hotels and restaurants, those fill up. And if you're coming into West Yellowstone in an RV, a great spot to stay is the Yellowstone Grizzly RV Park. It's a great location just outside of town. You can just walk a couple blocks. You're right in downtown, in the center of town, and just a few blocks away also from the gates of Yellowstone. Just a great spot. People here are super friendly. Place is very clean. And you got this too. I mean, come on, check that out. And it can be tough to get reservations here as well. You can see here, sold out, no reservations tonight, so make those reservations early.
So Yellowstone is vast, it's humongous. There's a lot of things you can see and do inside of Yellowstone. With that being said, there is a limit to the speed limit of driving within Yellowstone, and that is a 45 mile per mile-per-hour speed limit, and it's there for a reason. And some places are even less. You know, there's a lot of folks that are there basically sightseeing, trying to find bison, trying to find bear, trying to find elk and wolves. So really respect the rules of the road as well. And with that being said, make sure you fill up your gas tank before you even enter Yellowstone, because there's hidden pockets. You might find a few sporadic gas stations, but it's far and few in between, and there is no reception out there. So unless you want to hitchhike on the back of a bear, fill up your gas tank. All these stops along the way.
Right.
It's like every corner there's something different to see. But the air is super cold, super fresh. I am still high hopes that we're gonna see a moose, but I just love that every inch of the way you stop, there's like a different terrain, there's like a different view. The sun comes out and gives you like a whole different perspective of Yellowstone. It's awesome.
And when you're driving down the roads in Yellowstone, you're looking for wildlife, you see some amazing elk or some amazing bison you want to check out, don't just stop in the middle of the road, blocking all traffic. That's a dangerous situation. Pull to the side, beyond the line. You can do that. There is space to do that, to get your photos, get your pictures, and definitely don't quickly do a U-turn as well. We actually had a couple times where drivers in front of us did quick U-turns because they probably saw an animal behind that they had passed, and it created a dangerous situation, right, babe? Oh, it was close.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Oh, we're coming up to our first stop here where there's people on the road. What is it? Do you think it's a bear? Do you think it's bison?
There's a lot of,
what percentage do you think it's bison?
I think it's bison because I
what
can't imagine.
percentage do you think?
95%.
95% is bison. I say it's something else. I say it's a geyser. So off in the distance, towards the right-hand side, which you can't see, off in the distance over there, there's a gray wolf. I'm happy to see you, because I was like, should we be walking this close? When I see you, like, we're good.
Yeah, 100 yards is the rule of thumb.
Talk with the ranger out there for a split second, and there is a gray wolf laying in the pastures out there.
Yeah, I've never seen a wolf in the wild. That's
yeah.
So cool.
And these folks here, I was worried at first. I'm like, don't get too close. But I saw the ranger, and she said the rule of thumb is 100 yards.
Yeah, so plenty distance.
Plenty of space between that and the gray wolf, which is out there. High five!
Yeah, nice. Okay, nice
Hopefully
start.
we'll get a good look at one eventually,
Yes.
but that's amazing.
It's a great sight. You can tell. I mean, when you see all these cars here, it's not just a few bison.
No,
like
it's not.
Everybody's pulling over.
Everybody's pulling over.
Everybody's pulling over to see the wolf. Now that is one big bear.
That is one big bear. And you know what this big bear just told me? He said, do not throw coins, do not throw rocks, do not throw anything into those hydrothermal wells that you see, those beautiful sulfuric smelling wells, because by doing so, they're not wishing wells, but you're also going to be damaging the environment. And speaking to that, leave things in place. Leave things where you found them here in Yellowstone. You know, just leave a footprint. And one thing that you can take with you is a bunch of pictures. Take your picture with you, but leave everything else. You know, there's a vast landscape of Yellowstone here, and let everyone enjoy it as it is. And you can enjoy those pictures. Right, Mr. Bear? Whoa, look at this.
It's a little stinky. A little stinky, but oof, it is beautiful though. Look at that.
Look at the colors.
Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah. Wow.
Well, this beautiful pool that you see over to my right, your left, is gorgeous, but you are not allowed to throw coins in there. Seriously, it is unlawful. Seriously.
Right, it's not a wishing well.
Not a wishing well, you guys.
Throwing coins in.
You throw something in there, it'd be a wish you wouldn't expect.
Don't do it.
Whoa, this is a really cool train.
I know, it is cool. It's actually the Montana Centennial Train, which was used in 1964 to celebrate the 100th year anniversary of Montana being a territory. Kind of cool, right?
That's super
right?
cool. Look at that thing over there. Look at the artwork on it.
Yeah, you can see what was true then is still true now. And when you head into the park, you'll notice there's a visitor center at each park entrance. And we recommend you actually go inside there, talk to the rangers, get the free maps, come up with a game plan if you don't have it already in terms of what we're going to hit that day, and maybe ask the rangers where they've seen animals and sightings have been over the past week. It might help you as you plan your visit.
Is this what you remember?
This is definitely what I remember, yeah.
Oh, you called it. You were so right.
Now we could have walked right over to the point of it, right, as it goes over, but this is kind of that classic view.
I have no words. Just the sounds.
After you do that, keep in mind you're probably in for a long day in the park, so we recommend that you pack a lunch. There's not a ton of food spots in the park, and what you will find will probably be expensive, may have lines, so pack a lunch. Now, if you do pack a lunch, just keep in mind you are in bear country, so make sure you have the food in bear safe containers so the smells don't get out, especially if you're going for hikes and putting the food in a pack. You don't want to be hiking down a trail and wafting salmon smelling or tuna fish all across, because those bears, they can smell for miles and they may come and visit you for lunch.
You know, it's really cool to learn about some of these bears that are currently out. I mean, there's Bo, which is, like you mentioned earlier, the one over with the garbage can. Is that a cooler?
Yeah, he's trying to get into that cooler over there.
Yeah.
That's why you got to make sure you seal your food in bear-proof containers, because he's trying hard to open that thing.
And another reason you really should do that is, one of the reasons they're here is because some of them got used to, Bo, for instance, there's a story, he got used to human food, food sources. So that might have been left out, and he got really confident. And sometimes when they get too used to the human food sources, they end up getting euthanized. Oh, see the raven right there? The raven was smart enough to go into their cooler, their lunch cooler, and he's picking out, right now, it looks like he picked out the apples. But there's a lot of, probably some goodies in there that he'll be picking out. So by the time these folks get back in their truck, they may be out of lunch. While Yellowstone is a great and fun driving park, don't see it all from behind your windshield. Get out of your car, or in our case, our RV, and explore Yellowstone. There are a lot of fun hiking trails you can enjoy, even some impressive boardwalks. But speaking of boardwalks, stay on the boardwalks. They are there for a reason, for your life and for your safety, as well as the fact is, if you go off those boardwalks, it can be actually illegal to do so. So stay on the boardwalks, enjoy the scenery. If you jump off, you just might boil the skin off your feet.
So what do you think, babe? First time in Yellowstone.
I love it.
Right?
It is so amazing. It reminds me so much of Iceland right
here. It does. Kind of like the boiling underground, all the water coming up, steaming. It's crazy.
And what a perfect time. You know, it's a little bit later in the day, so there's no one here, so we
know.
have it all to ourselves. My leopard crop.
All right. This is amazing.
It's spinning. It's spinning.
Yeah, it's like little mud pots there. Yeah, look at it. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Look at it. A live geyser going on right there.
Keeps on going, right?
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Giving all the good stuff right over there, huh?
I just love how you see snow-capped mountains in the distance.
Like off.
Right, bison in the field, and then this geyser right here. I mean,
right here. Dave, look! There's bear prints. No, I think they're going to a place to get some coffee.
I think it's time for some coffee.
All right, so change of plans on the coffee. We decided to hop into a fun little spot here in downtown West Yellowstone on Madison Ave called Bullwinkle's for a little of a delicious meal called sockeye, which almost reminds me like a fish and chips.
I know, it looks really good. So we're excited. We're super hungry.
Getting out of the cold.
But let's get back to the list.
Yes.
And one important tip is, when you're in Yellowstone, don't sleep in. Get up early, get yourself out of bed, and get on into the park, because the crowds will really pick up later in the morning and early afternoon. So if you can get in early, you can beat the crowd. It's also the best time to really check out the wildlife as well.
Oh, absolutely. Hey, that's Gabe, by the way. Say
What's
hello.
going on?
Say hi. Bullwinkles.
Great bread. I got butter on the table.
That's
Sunflowers.
right. Thank you.
So it's our last day here in Yellowstone, and there's one thing I have not seen yet. And that is Old Faithful.
Yeah,
So-
the eruption. It's funny, we saw
I didn't see the
Faithful in
eruption.
end, but
I haven't seen the eruption
see
of
the
Old
eruption.
Faithful, which is why they call her Old Faithful.
Exactly.
So
So we're on our way.
on our way to see Old Faithful for one last hurrah here. Oh my goodness, Dave.
And this is why you do not sleep in.
Yeah, clearly I made a boo-boo this time. If you are gonna get up early here, especially this time of year, late May, early June, you might wanna wear layers because the wind and the weather can change at the drop of a dime.
No, it's true. This, like our week in particular, this week, boy, it's been like warm and suddenly getting windy and cold. So bring those layers, be prepared for a change of weather.
Buffalo Ranch.
Yes, we are actually right across from Buffalo Ranch, and this is actually, they actually use Buffalo Ranch to bring in some buffalo from outside Yellowstone because the population has gotten so low.
Yeah, I think
They
it was
actually
down
had-
to like 40 buffaloes
Unbelievable.
remaining, and so they kind of migrated them here.
there would have been none in Lamar Valley at the time, and they actually crossbred with the buffalo here in Yellowstone, and now you can see they're just all over the place, all across Lamar Valley. It's really cool.
Yeah, this Buffalo Ranch spot definitely has a wonderful feel. You're kind of surrounded by the mountains, and Dave's right. You look off into the distance, all around you for like at least a couple miles. It's like buffaloes, just buffalo dots everywhere.
Free me from the prison that I call myself. Pull me from the confines of my timid shell. Love I left behind me, heart I put to rest. It's still troubled sailing in an empty chest.
Here in Yellowstone, you are at an altitude at about 6,000 feet and up. So keep that in mind when you're off doing your hiking. Take your time. Just really enjoy Yellowstone for what it's worth. It's very therapeutic to be here, and stay hydrated.
Exactly. That's right. Drink that water.
All right, so for Dave and I, June is kind of a special month. It's sort of our birthday month. You know, for those of you that don't know, Dave and I, we share the same birthday, June 18th. And so we decided we're going to be here in Yellowstone. There's this fun spot that's very popular right behind us, right there, called the Buffalo Bar. So we're going to go in, have a celebratory beer, and just enjoy the fact that we're here in Yellowstone for our birthday month.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers, baby.
Great fun time here. Boom, boom, boom.
And happy birthday month.
Happy birthday month. Love you.
For all June birthdays, happy birthday month to you too. Now, if you have witnessed people doing stupid things in Yellowstone that we have not mentioned, please let us know in the comments below.
Actually, and also, if you know how to make someone's trip that much more enjoyable here in Yellowstone, also leave those in the comment section below. You know, Yellowstone is definitely one of our greatest and first national parks here in America, and you can enjoy it in so many ways. And just simply following some of these steps can help you to enjoy it now and in the future.